Hi guys, this week we are working on compound sentences for grammar. So this is when we join two sentences together. Um, they're just two short, choppy, complete sentences, but we're gonna join them together. So here's an example. Jake rode his bike, but Matt walked. Okay, so my two separate sentences here are Jake rode his bike and Matt walked. And I'm just gonna join them together. I take away that punctuation from the first sentence. I change that punctuation to a comma, and then I have to add a conjunction, which in this case is my word but. Okay. And then down here I have another example. Matt ate pancakes and he ate bacon. Okay, so I have two complete sentences joined together by a comma and a conjunction. Okay, so this is what your sentence structure would look like. You have your sentence, your first sentence, then a comma, then fanboys, which is your conjunction, and then your second sentence. Okay, so whenever I say fanboys or conjunction, these are your options. Okay, it's for and nor, but, or, yet, so. And you can use the acronym fanboys to help you remember what your options are. Okay, so here are two separate sentences. Gorillas can be gentle. They will protect their families when threatened. Okay, so gorillas can be gentle, comma. So I took away that period, made it a comma, but they will protect their families when threatened, period. Okay, so I still start my sentence with a capital letter, and then I have my comma with a conjunction. Now, my second sentence no longer has to start with a capital letter because I've now smushed it into my first sentence. Okay, so let's see. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Here we go. Okay, so what causes allergies? So you can just pause your video and look for some compound sentences. Okay, like I just found one and I'll show it to, for example. It called your immune system, comma, and it compromises a network of cells, tissues, organs, and chemicals that work together to protect your body. So that right there is a compound sentence. See if you can find any more. Okay, good. Perfect. Oops. Okay, so let's look at these. How could you combine two of these sentences? So in your notebook, I want you to use either it was raining outside, I wore my rain boots, we played in the puddles anyway, I held my umbrella. So take two of these and then combine it with a comma and one of these conjunctions. You can pause the video if you need to. Okay, and remember that using compound sentences can help your writing flow. Okay, it contains two or more independent sentences and that they're joined together by a conjunction. An example is the boys went to the park, but they did not go to the zoo. Okay, When looking for always look for the conjunctions for and nor, but or yet, and then so is also one. They have to have a comma and a conjunction. Okay, so that last slide was the end of day 1. So if you wanted to pause and rejoin this video tomorrow for day 2, you're more than welcome to. Or if you're just trying to knock out grammar in one day, you're welcome to do that too. Your choice. Okay, day 2. How can we combine some of my sentences to make my writing flow better? So, guys, try and think of 2 sentences you can think of for these bears that you could possibly join together. Okay, so here are some things to think about when writing your sentences. Did I make the best decision to combine on which sentences to combine? Okay. Did you like the word so in between your sentences, or would you like and better? And each part of your compound sentence, were they complete simple sentences? Meaning, do they have a subject and a predicate, which we've talked about previously? Bears have thick fur. They need it to keep them warm in the winter, comma, so they don't freeze to death. Bears even have fur between their toes. Their feet stay warm. Okay. Now, I do want to say also with a comma, we know that commas can help separate items in a list. That's why it's so important that whenever you're doing a compound sentence, that each side of your comma has a complete sentence to it. That way, a list is a different, we use that comma differently than we would for our compound sentences. Compound sentences have to have complete sentences on both sides. Okay, so here's some practice for you today, okay? And you can pause this video to complete it. John likes to play video games. Blank does not like to pay for them. Noelle hit the ball. Blank, she ran to first base quickly. He studied for his math test. Blank, he got a good grade. Okay. The blank is the conjunction that you would like to add to these sentences. For and so, nor yet, but. So pause this video, try these in your writing notebook. Okay, here's another example, and I just want you to look and see, and this is day 3, so if you wanted to pause the video and come back to it tomorrow, that's fine. But I want you to pause this video anyway and look for any conjunctions. All right, so just to sum things up, these compound sentences make your writing flow and it's more easy to read, okay? Here are your conjunctions for and nor, but, or, yet, so, okay? And here are different ways you can use those. Remember, the comma is always in between. Okay, so for day 4, which remember you can pause the video and come back to it tomorrow, or you can keep going. I want you to look at your nonfiction writing, okay? The informational expert writing that you've been working on. And I want to see where you can add some compound sentences, okay? Or look to see if you already have compound sentences and just need to add that comma and conjunction word, okay? So I want you to pause the video and look for that. Here's a student example where you can help find different ways to add your conjunctions and combined sentences. But I really do want you to try this in your own writing. I'm actually going to have a check-in for you to um, show me where you have your compound sentences. All right, so day 4, to sum it up. If I had Patty entered the cave first, her friend quickly followed, I can combine it by taking out this period and adding a comma and then having a conjunction. So Patty entered the cave first, comma, and, which is my conjunction, her, which is no longer needing to be capitalized, friend quickly followed her, still ending with a period. Okay? All right. So, which conventions do you remember using in your writing? Which ones do you need help remembering? And what suggestions would you give to a writer with using compound sentences? Okay. And which ones do you need help remembering? Please don't hesitate to ask me if you need help with anything. Okay. I created a quiz in Canvas with these different sentences. It's just a practice quiz. Okay. It's not for a grade, but it's just for you to see how you're doing with compound sentences. Okay. So go into Canvas, try out that quiz, see how you're doing, and then that will tell Miss Belusic if you still need more help on something. All right, guys. Let me know if you'll need anything. Have a great day.